Yo, man, fuck what you going fan 007, nigga, man. Shout out to Yankee fan movement, nigga. What up, niggas, you good?
Shit, chillin', man. Yo. So I finally finished watching that Beans interview just now. Like, y'all niggas said off, all right, now that I've seen the whole thing, what y'all niggas think about it?
Drizzy?
I mean, man, I just don't. I don't even think Bean should have ever got in this shit, son. Like, I don't know, man. He looked kind of. He just seemed like he was trying to get too close to Meek. Like he was doing too much to get close to this nigga, son. And it just kind of backfired. Like, even if, like, regardless if he told you about the record where Game bigged you up or not, you should have just stayed out that shit, son. That's what I just think. Like, should have just stayed out it.
Yeah,
But he just tried to
I mean,
Philly though. But go ahead, Tony Brown. Let me hear this.
Right? Nah, I mean, I was gonna go off on that angle, man. I think at the end of the day, yeah, he probably did overplay his hand a little bit, but I get what he's trying to say. Look, I may not be riding with him, like in terms of fucking with him or think he moving funny style or whatever, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I'm from Philly. I'm repping the city. I wanted to step up and do something because this dude is repping it, and he's a punching bag right now, and it's making the city look a certain way, in his opinion. So he wanted to step up, do something. He didn't know the whole story, you know what I mean, and jumped out the window, and it just looks funny. But, you know, I see what he was trying to do. I just think he was trying to be too much. It was too much strategizing and chess moves and all that, and he got himself in the check. So.
And then it's wild because, like, yo, after actually listening to him, right, he's talking about, oh, shit. Hello?
Yeah, got you, bro.
Oh, my before. Oh, all right. Nah, I'm listening to him, and he's talking about he got one lung and how he's fucked up inside and to make songs and all this shit. So at first I thought this nigga was trying to reclaim that throne, but it's just like I don't see that ever happening again now that he's just fucked up like this. So I don't know, my nigga. I still think he wanted a percentage of that shit. That's the reason why he was going as hard as he was going. And the shit really just blew up in his face. And then what threw me off is, right before it was over, and they was just like, what you think about Game? And he's just like, oh, well, I know who's who in Philly. Like, I I know who's who in L.A. All that shit is kind of like, I don't know, my nigga. That shit, all the shit is kind of crazy and shit. It backfired, though. It definitely backfired.
Yeah, like,
shit.
It still don't make sense because, like, in Game interview, he was kind of, like, bigging up Beans, like, we spoke and everything is good and we know what it is, da-da-da. And then he's like, oh, I know, I spoke to Wack. You know what I'm saying? I know who's really who out west. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't get it.
You know what it is, though, Drizzy, too? All right, let's go back to the Game interview with Wack and shit, right? It's like, yeah, they bigged them up, but the way they were saying, oh, Beans, yeah, I spoke to Beans, you know what I'm saying? He apologized, and it is, like, that's kind of like, if you really think about this shit, Game and them kind of threw this nigga Smooth under the bus on the airways, so he's not going to be cool with that shit. It's not like they said, oh, yeah, it was a total big misunderstanding. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they said, nah, we spoke to Beans. Beans apologized. Like, you really think Beans wanted that shit to be said on air?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean,
just kind of salty. You know what I'm saying? Game made it seem like, man, we spoke to that nigga. Like, man, that nigga all right and shit. He apologized. He don't want that. You know what I'm saying? He kind of did, like, talk down on it somewhat, even if he was. That's like bigger nigga up to be like, man, yeah, this nigga, yeah, shout to that nigga. Like, whatever, bro. We spoke to this nigga. He ain't about to, he knows stuff and shit. Like, damn there, like, say that shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I mean, the whole thing is you know, it's definitely a clash of eras, bro, because he's from that era of where, you know, you just didn't say certain shit to certain people, and it was respect, and I feel him on the whole checking your background thing, but this is a different era. And I think he got caught out there on that. And I think, you know, definitely it's a lot of cats that's hearing it, you know, watching it and everything, and they feel a certain way because they understand where he's coming from. But with the way media is set up now, man, you got to keep them receipts, man. All them texts and all them phone calls, all that shit comes out, man. It just does. Niggas don't handle shit like that. But I do feel him on that whole, like, man, niggas don't be qualified to ask certain questions because you're not going to understand the answer. Like, I got that part, to be honest with you. Like, asking that man 3 times the same question, bro. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't fuck with that.
Let's be real, B. Is he mad that this nigga called him a crackhead? Is that really what it?
Go ahead.
Is that really what this is about? You know what I'm saying? Is that really what this is about? Because he called him a crackhead? Like that's when all of a sudden, do you stand by that? And like, I mean, isn't that? One minute he said it was music. Like I'm listening to the. One minute he said, "Oh, it's music." You know, Game and me, you know, ain't nothing gonna come out of that. It's music, so it's nothing for me to do that. But then the next thing is, oh, I just called to see if you was gonna stand by your words. Like, well, which one is it, nigga? Because you said it was music. So if you did you in the music, then why you? I don't understand that shit. It doesn't make no fucking sense. If he said it was music the first time.
And then he said, I got confused because he was like, they was like, oh, well, when did you like decide you wanted to like start going at Meek? And he said after Meek did the freestyle with Funk Flex, but did Meek diss him in that? Like, because I watched it back, and the line he said, I'm riding down Broad Street, I'm in that back again, I bully niggas, I'm like Mac again. Is that a diss?
That to me I don't know if that's a diss at all. I mean, I wouldn't. I'm not gonna tell a man how to take it, but that doesn't sound like a diss to me.
So I mean,
let's keep it real. All right, Games is in the middle right now. You either gonna go like you don't know who the fuck to go. Like Games just called you a crackhead. You probably thinking in your mind like, yo, I'm not the old Max, so I probably can't even bring it to Game like that on wax. You know what I'm saying? So then you looking at Meek and shit. And you still mad over the money and shit. So is Meek the easier target? Is that what this is? He said he got a lot of shit dropping and shit, and he got music coming out and
he's indie and all that. Like he's doing his thing. But let's keep it super real, right? Like this is crazy. I was smoking thinking about this and shit, right? Like his voice being what it is, bro. I feel like for whatever reason, man, like his voice he's smaller now. You know what I mean? He's been through mad shit. Like, if this was 1998, this is 2001. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people was coming at him like that. Like, I don't think them tracks are sounding like that. I think he's bombing. I think it's going to be different, right? For me, as a Siegel fan, hearing him sound like that, it does sort of fuck with me. I'm not going to lie. And I think that shit subconsciously invites certain type of energy toward him. You know what I mean? Like when you used to hear Mac, you hear that bully, that greasy Philly shit. And now he's still the same nigga with the bars, bro, but it's just, man, it just don't got that same aura to it, man.
Yeah.
You know what
it's hard to listen to him like that. It's hard to listen to him like that, sir.
Yeah. But the bars are still there,
stop
though.
making music? Wait.
Nah,
are you saying he should stop making music and retire?
Hell nah. I fuck with what he put out. I'm just saying it don't got that same feel, and I think it's inviting a certain type of energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think niggas is looking at him a little bit differently. He's smaller now. You know what I'm saying? He's been through some shit. He's a little older now, so it's different types of energy that's coming his way. You know,
yo,
maybe I'm bugging, but
we gotta come clean. When he told that nigga Charlamagne, said, "Yo, you play safe. I'm not safe, nigga." Yo, my nigga.
Oh man,
crying, B.
Yo, I was dying. And they had the little meter on the side and shit. This nigga getting pissed off.
Crazy.
Like that shit was funny, man. Like, but that's the thing though, man. Is like another part of me though when I watched it though. At first I was a little bit salty about it because, like I said, I'm a Beans fan. I'm from that cloth like that. That's my shit right there. You know what I mean? So I kind of felt like niggas was sort of picking on him. And it's like a habit of niggas picking on street niggas, like especially older niggas that's not from this era. That whole trolling shit where you just trying to get a certain reaction and there's cameras everywhere so niggas ain't gonna act a certain way. That's the way that I took it. But these fucking memes had me dying, though. I'm not gonna... These memes, bruh. The internet, man. These niggas don't fail, bruh. I mean, this shit wild.
Charlamagne, man. It's two ways to look at the shit. Number one, we gotta look at it from the radio side. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta get the ratings. It just is what it is. You're gonna ask the question that need to be asked. That's a question that needed that. He had to say that shit. Like, how the fuck you gonna get up there and not actually try to get to the bottom of the shit? But if you look at it, it's the way that it started. Like, the minute it starts, he jumps right off at him and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Charlamagne just starts off at the rip coming at him and shit. So it was like, he was going to snap eventually. You seen him towards the end. Now I see what niggas talking about and shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's like a nigga like you wouldn't understand his hands in his face and all that shit. But I don't know, because Charlamagne had him too, and he was like, well, when Bean stood up, like, oh, so I should leave because I think you were stuck, and he was just like, yeah, I would, like,
Yeah.
it was like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was going to walk out, to be honest with you. And he sat back down and kept taking it. So, I mean, guess it's a gift and a curse. He still want the promotion. Beans ain't stupid. Beans know he want that promotion anyway. That's why he ain't leave.
Yeah, you woke up. It's a meme. Bruh, it's a joint where they sitting, I guess they all sitting, like, standing next to each other after this shit. Envy got his hands out like he's shrugging and shit, and this nigga Beans is, like, talking to Charlamagne. Charlamagne just looking. They done put the Arthur meme on it and shit. Like, the shit was funny, man. I know that Beans probably looking at it in hindsight, just like Birdman, like, yo, I could do something with this. I could use this energy to do something, because the music that he put out is not fucking bad at all. Like, I actually fuck with, like, the other, like, the first track I wasn't fucking with, but the last two tracks he put out against Meek was bad.
Yeah, that second disc, that shit was solid to me.
Yeah. Damn, that shit wild though. Like, where do you go if you? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. He got one lung trying to fight niggas and shit. Like, man, let that nigga be and shit, man. let that nigga be. That shit is kind of crazy and shit, man. I don't. It's sad. But he definitely came at Charlamagne. But yo, how y'all feel about Charlamagne? Or y'all feel like he took the chicken route or what?
Nah, I'm honestly, bro, I feel like Charlamagne be Charlamagne with everybody that come in there, man. Like. I ain't seen him. Listen, out of all the niggas he done came at, I ain't never seen that nigga get up out his chair and take off running. He always stayed right there. So
I mean, it's on camera, my nigga, and I'm pretty sure it's security and all type of shit, man. Like, niggas ain't. It's not that age anymore. I don't think. Honestly, that's where I disagree, man. I think Charlamagne is cool. I think he picks a certain target though. Like, it's women. It's older niggas who ain't really from that era where you just say whatever the fuck you gonna say and trolling and shit, or niggas is not popping. I've seen him let certain people rock where you had plenty of shit that you could have said about what they doing and little funny moves, but because they in a certain place, like, I feel like it's an agenda too. Like, I don't think he's above that shit, and like niggas is on Twitter acting like he Peter Jennings for niggas or something. Like nah, like he got an agenda too, bruh. Like, I don't.
Yeah, but I think he be saying like what a lot of people be thinking though. Like I done seen him come at Birdman ain't a nigga like niggas just come at like. But he asked Birdman questions that everybody wanted to know. Like, everybody would have asked him about why isn't Wayne getting paid? Shit like that. Like the shit he asked. Being shit that he had to ask him, but he did ask him multiple times, like, for no reason after he already asked him. So he was poking at niggas, though. He do poke at niggas.
Yeah, and my thing is, you can't get, like, on the one hand, okay, Charlamagne asking these questions, but for niggas it's some niggas trying to play Beans for being how he was, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I bring it back to the Math interview too. Right, like all these niggas killing them in the comments and shit like that. It just seemed like niggas get mad when certain people get mad, right? Like street niggas can't express emotions and shit. Like, but you got Sharon talking all this shit. Like, Charlamagne can troll all he wants, but as soon as Beans is being a real nigga about it, like how I would be about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, oh, well, Beans being emotional and shit like that. Fuck that. You're not about to just sit here and troll me. Like, if I'm gonna get trolled, then you gonna get trolled too. If they making memes about me, they gonna get your ass too, and they definitely got these memes in here, him looking crazy and shit. So, I mean, it's. Go ahead.
Really paying attention to the internet like that though. I don't think he's like sitting there worrying about shit like that though. I think this shit is actually
that shit don't hurt him.
He look, like nigga, he just fucking got knocked out. Yo, to hear this nigga talk about this shit, not knocked out, but not like to hear him talk about it, like, yo, that's like I was. Sellies with his brother and all that shit in the Fed. And this is the baby brother the middle brother or whatever. It's just like, he really knew this nigga, but that shit is fucking crazy.
That shit is whack.
When you think about that shit, my nigga, like, he really knew this nigga, like, family, like, that shit is crazy to me. So he, like, I don't think he think about no memes at all. He probably thinking, like, damn, like, all right, so now what? The question is now what?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Like, what would you do? Because that nigga's like family, so what would you do?
This is crazy.
You got to keep that shit. I mean, that shit right there.
You know what that means.
Right. Exactly. You got to keep that shit like, you know, you got to understand, like, that's more to it. Like, that's a deeper situation. This internet shit is what it is. If I'm Beans, like, I actually do think he's a little bit concerned about that, too, though. Because, like, he's, like I say, he's from that era where it was certain respect given, you know, with when you put in, you know, certain work or you know for a certain thing and shit like that. Maybe he's learning now that you could use his energy to promote some other shit. Cool if he does that. But that shit where the nigga snuck him, like, and all this shit in Philly, man, that's some different shit entirely. Like, I wouldn't even know what to do with that, bro. Like, he's like, yo, I really know this dude. Like, that's crazy.
But at the same time, it's like the dude should have been thinking the same way. Like, I know you for me, so I ain't gonna do it. So, you know what I mean? I probably wouldn't have that much thought about the motherfucker. Like, man, what's done is already done. But then again, he looking at it like, man, I still continued, I still performed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was not like he went to the hospital and died or had a heart attack and no shit like that. So it could be brushed off, but, like, just the fact that bitch is made well star, was circled around everywhere, like, it made it crazier and shit. So I don't know what the name.
Good, bro. It's good, Cass. What's good, Tony, bro? Much love to the movement, y'all.
Early. So, yo, my nigga, we talking about this Beanie interview. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, that Beanie Siegel interview was official. He held it down. You know what I'm saying? Every story got two sides. Everybody really had whatever internet was pushing forward. But Beanie, you know what I'm saying, he laid it down, and now that story that he put out makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Nigga blindsided him for one. His little shorty was scrapping. You know what I'm saying? That make better sense. And the shit was some coward shit. The nigga 6'9", and it don't make no sense that you have to pop off on a nigga that's smaller than you. You know what I'm saying? From the blind side. So that already made that nigga look suspect. I'm from up top, so that's a joker move. You know what I'm saying?
I disagree. He said he had two people with him, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he said he had, like, what's what I'm saying? He had them two. So his homeboy is about his size, if not shorter. Both of them were shorter than him. He said the other homie, he said Osino. But he said, no, Osino. He said, what's this, Chris and Neef? One of them was at something else important.
Hold on. We didn't even talk about that part. So wait a minute. So Beans is still sticking by. He went down there and helped them nigga with their bars. Yo, so when I say ghostwrite, I don't think Beans went down there and wrote their shit because he obviously just said he didn't even know they was going to, well, he said he didn't know Meek was going to be there. Yeah. Therefore, I mean, did he write their rhymes or did he critique? Like, what do y'all think about that? Because I'm looking at Meek's whole angle towards Drake is you don't write your own bars and shit. You got niggas helping you and shit. So, like, what's your thoughts on that part? If Beans going down there, what's your thoughts?
I think, like he said, I feel like he came down there, lend support, lend his energy, give pointers. That's what it seemed like from what I've seen online and from what he's saying. He didn't really feel like, I mean, he did have some shit, though, for the other homie. I think, I think Osino, one of them dudes, he's putting some work in for. I feel for him, but for me, and that whole track, that just played out like that, man. And them niggas was feeling salty about something different.
All right, let me ask you this. All right, hold on. Was Meek supposed to tell Beans, yo, you know, before you jump in this truck, you got to hear this shit because he just bigged you up? Was he supposed to do that? I mean, Beans is really making it seem like it was a sucker move, like Meek knew Game just bigged me up. And he still got on the track. I'm still lost at that. Like, is that really Meek's fault, or is that Game's or is that Beans' fault for not knowing the situation? Like,
I feel like that's Beans' fault for not doing his homework before he jumped in it.
I agree.
True.
Yo, OG, you got to do that homework, man. You got to. I mean, Meek is asked for not telling them, but you asked for not finding that shit out, bro. You gotta go and do due diligence, man.
That's what I'm saying, though, bro. Hold on, bro. I'm cut short, but all right, let's get back to what you just said. You just said Meek is asked for not telling him, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a fact.
But that's my thing. I mean, is he really, was he really supposed to be like, yo, did you hear this track by a game? Like, a nigga just did. Was he supposed to do that?
Yeah, like what if he just assumed that he heard it? What if he assumed Beans heard it already?
Oh, what if he didn't hear it?
Come on, man.
True.
Nah, man. Like, for real, though. This being for real, though, like, why would... All right, let's backtrack and hear the story. So you didn't know... You wasn't going down there for Meek, none of that shit. Meek didn't know you was coming. Number one, so that means you wasn't... You came down there unannounced, really. You know what I'm saying? Jump on this shit. Listen, I don't give a fuck what the niggas say. Because at the end of the motherfucking day, at the end of the interview, he said that... Remember when Envy asked him, he was like, have you ever get the call from Drake or from you know what I mean, that you're in my, and he was said him, he was like, nah, that's some sucker shit. That's some straight sucker shit. It's just like, I still feel like he was going to benefit. If he could have got cool with me, he would have benefited, my nigga. And I think that he was still trying to do it. I don't mean use, but he's probably looking at it like, yo, my nigga, I'm back. Like, while you was running around nappy-headed and shit, rapping these streets and reading these niggas, I was that nigga holding the fuck down. So I do think that he probably thought you got a different amount of respect from me, but was he supposed to just jump out the window like, nah, old head, like he just dissed you, nah, man, we can't let you do that. Like, nah, nigga, you gonna get Beans in the trap because it's Philly shit.
Well, I mean, if you got respect for that man, or if you respect him as your old head, like, you know, you get somebody like Beans on the track, you know what I'm saying, with the weight that he holds and shit in this shit all the time, you got to tell that man the whole situation. At the end of the day, I mean, obviously, where I stand is Mac should have did his homework on it. But if I'm putting myself where Meek is, before I go get my old head, I'm like, yo, listen, this is the whole situation.
But he didn't get him though.
Like,
but did he get him? Did he get his old head, or was his old head really chased him trying to be cool? Is what I'm trying to figure out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you gotta remember the Taxstone interview where you kept calling him, and he's giving you the curve, he's giving you 5 different names. It sounds like a nigga really wanted to fuck with you to begin with as well. That's kind of where I'm coming from. Like, he didn't really show you no interest, like saying, yo, I got to get Beans on. It was never like that. If anything, he was basically saying, he's showing that he wasn't kind of fucking with you to the point that you said, man, fuck this shit. I'm going down to wherever the fuck this nigga's at. But you know what I'm saying? You were trying to get in contact with him, so, like, it blew up.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like,
I
would feel more comfortable. I would probably feel more comfortable with being if me came in an interview and said some shit like yeah, I knew he did some, so what? That's Beans' fault. Then maybe I'll look at it differently. But if he come out and he's just like, man, I didn't even listen to that shit or some shit like that. Like, I don't know how mad I can get that fucking crazy at Meek and shit. This nigga's chasing me around trying to get down. Now all of a sudden the motherfuckers on your track and shit. Like, damn, nigga, where the fuck this shit come from? I mean, it's a good look, yeah, but it was a good look for both of them. Like it can't really be one-sided. I'm pretty sure Meek being Meek right now, being one of the top niggas in the game, got the baddest bitch, got mad bread. Everybody in mother trying to be cool with him right now, I'm pretty sure. He probably got half a Philly bringing his phone. Like, yeah, what up, young boy, remember, da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? He probably on some other type shit, so he probably was already thinking. I'm just wondering, was he already thinking, like, oh, that nigga Mac trying to come up off me or some shit like that? Like, is that his mentality? This is where I'm trying to come from. Like, I got to hear a Meek interview where he's really talking about this shit, so I can see what his real thoughts was about this shit, honestly. You know what I'm saying? I feel you, Tony, bro. Like, I get it. Like you said, you Meek, you supposed to tell him that's your old head, but at the end of the day, I'm looking at that shit like, all right, this is Meek, and you going to war right now. Game is bombing on you right now. I don't know if you really thinking about telling Beans this motherfucking thing. I think you worried about how the fuck to get out of this shit, because your ass just got killed by this. I'm looking at it in reality. Like, you just lost bad not that long ago, nigga. So it's just like you trying to get out of this one. You trying to get out of this one.
No.
I don't know.
Hold up, it almost make it kind of seem like if you go off the line that, look, I know the whole situation, but I got Beans out here, right? It almost make it sound like a nigga like set him up. Like, it lends itself to that. I've heard that out there. Like, yo, maybe he just lined them up and shit. Like, they wasn't rocking like that anyway. So now, you know, I use this opportunity to get you on the track and shit like that. Game does what he does, and now that's the story, bro.
But think about it. But wait a minute, Tony, bro. But this is what you wanted, though. This is why you came down here and announced. This is what you wanted. You wanted to get by me. I'm not trying to say Meek is sky free. I just want to be looking at both sides. I just want to just run and take Beans side, because in the door when I'm listening to the Taxstone interview, and you keep saying 1,000 times, every move I make is calculated, and this, that, and the third. and we know that there's money involved, and you would have got a percentage and all that shit. I think all that shit got to play a part in this shit. Because if you wasn't going to get that percentage, you wouldn't have been pressing that nigga that hard. You would have had no reason. You probably wouldn't give two shits about the beat. It would have benefited. You would have benefited. Okay, you jump in the Meek track. Okay, Meek shit. Now you know what I'm saying, niggas going crazy. Yo, Meek and Beans. Like now, Meek might do that motherfucking show for all I know. You get that little 10, 15 you're going to get for making it happen. I'm looking at everything. Not just, you know what I mean, one side, but every fucking thing. Because Beans look crazy either way. He's going to look crazy. I see what he's doing. He's trying to say, you know what I'm saying, he didn't know, but I just don't know. That whole apologize, all this shit is fucking crazy, my nigga. A phone call really should have been made. And then for you to be like, well, I know who's who, it's just like, now I don't think you really fuck with game and shit. I can see why, like I said earlier, though. He kind of threw you under the bus in a polite way, it seemed like, but
true.
I don't know, man. This whole shit.
I just feel like, man, he saw that paper he could have got if he was able to get Meek to do that show, and he got thirsty for it, man. That's how I feel, man.
I take to that side too, family, because a lot of Jazz though went through the same thing with Jay-Z in 02. A lot of people bitter. And you gotta put that into it too. And a lot of Beanie conversations sometimes it lends to that too. You can't discredit it. You look, you know, because he ain't been making any noise. Don't become overly interested because, you know what I'm saying, Meek Mills all of a sudden is you overly zealous and you just big dog. It can't be that crazy for something so simple. So for me, it's a paper chase, and he gonna eat, and he eating off of it too. Controversy, crazy.
Right. But shit, I don't think he expected it though.
Hey, yo, Posey, you on?
Yeah, I'm on. What's good,
What up?
Hey, yo, what's your thoughts on this Beanie interview, B? Yeah, LA nigga.
My nigga.
Like, what's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, my nigga Mac look bad. Like, it just be too many holes in his it be just too much holes in his stories. Like, cause I listened to the Tax Stone shit like 20 times. Like, and then I went back to the Breakfast Club shit. It's like, damn, it's too many. Like, on one hand, he don't like me. Like, in the Tax Stone interview, he don't like me. Then you get on the Breakfast Club interview, mad at Charlamagne. Like, why you keep bringing that up? These are the things you said, Mac. These are the things that you said in the interview. Like that's why I be confused. Like, Mac, like what? And then the Lil Uzi shit. First he said he texted me, Lil Uzi's a clown and a fag. Then he gets on Breakfast Club. Lil Uzi's a rock star. I like him. But you just said he's a fag and he carry a man purse. Like, my nigga Mac look bad. I had to go back and listen to the album and like, damn, I fuck with Mac, man, but these interviews are making him look bad. Like, Mac, just chill, man. Just stop this shit, man.
Man, I think he just tried to play too much chess, man. Like, he was overthinking a lot and just doing too much.
Yeah.
Posey, what about the fact that, you know, you think he understand this new age? You know what I mean? Like, because I was going off of that, like, this new social media, this new media age and shit. Like, I don't think he really get it, bro.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, it's different. I think Meek doing the right thing, not really saying nothing, just doing a little freestyle on Flex. Like, Meek not really doing, he just being very cryptic, doing a little, like, Instagram, like, cryptic tweets. Like, he's not doing really that much. Meek looking bad. Like, he's venting on different platforms. Yeah. Like, I don't know, man. My nigga Beanie, I had to go back and listen to the Becoming, listen to the Truth, like, and figure out why I like this man. That's how bad these motherfucking interviews and shit, man.
Meanwhile, Game just slid off, huh? Game just slid off and shit. He like that Homer Simpson meme. That nigga just went back, just like, all right, well, you niggas handle it.
Game fucked Philly up, man, badly.
Yo, I mean, if you think about it, but if you think about it, even with this game, Meek, if you think about it, Meek too. Meek fell back too. Like, now it's just Beans just being mad. He got hit. The whole world knows. You don't know why his phone is ringing so much. You don't know why everyone's laughing at him. Like, he mad at the world right now. Game probably doing some other shit right now. He ain't even think about this shit no more. And Meek is somewhere fucking Nicki right now. He ain't think about it.
Right. I ain't thinking about it.
It's hard to be mad when you go out with that.
Beans really look bad, man, because I just thought about this shit too. Some more shit. Like, he said some shit about Meek, like, ain't nobody from the Chasers on but Meek and all this other shit. But, yo, like, PD Crack and Oskino did a whole fucking interview with Nori and shit, and they was basically saying you can't really say that because Meek is what Beans was. Beans, they saying like Beans didn't put niggas from Philly on.
I disagree with that, bro.
That's what
I disagree with that,
man. They said they got to the like niggas thought they all came up together, but they didn't even really know each other like that. They said they got where they was on their own, and then they linked up with Beans. Like, but then Beans didn't really want them over there like that.
But shit, it's nobody in the Chasers that you could compare to what all the state property was doing. I mean, them being tied to him. I mean, you look at the body of work, them on the features and all that shit. You don't see anybody in Dream Chasers that's doing what PD was doing or doing what fucking Chris Neef was doing. I disagree with that.
What were they doing?
What do you mean?
What were they doing? I'm tired of this. What were they doing? I'm sorry, man.
From the features
what were they doing?
What do you mean? What were they doing?
I mean, what is state property? Like, I know they. What have they done? Like,
they riding on Beans and Freeway. That's it.
What do you mean in terms of their success? Like I think they were they were more successful if you compare them to whatever's going on in the Chasers. Like, I don't even know like who's the second nigga, who's like the third nigga out there. Like
Meek always said, I hang with my real niggas. He don't hang with rappers. The niggas that he be with, they not rappers. The niggas not even rappers, son. They the niggas he came up with on the block. He was the only rapper out of all of them.
So it's not even all that, man. All right, man.
I don't think. I mean, if it's that case, then you can't even compare it. Then I don't even know how you compare the two. Like, you can't. They can't sit there in front that Beans didn't put them niggas in certain positions to like get their shit off. Like, they can't do that. Like, I just don't believe
my
it.
Nigga, Tone, go listen to the interview, son. Go listen to that.
I listened to it, but I listened to it. But what I believe is that it's sides to the shit, right? Like, I believe that like Oskino's salty. Clearly, I don't think PD really actually gives a fuck like that, and we haven't heard from Chris and Neef and Freeway for a fucking reason. Like, that's what I think. When Mac was laying out the fact that it was certain projects, it was certain looks given, like, these niggas is silent because they were given those opportunities. They went for it, and they did their fucking thing. For whatever reason, I know PD was locked up, Oskino was unhappy and all that other shit. Cool, but PD still has, 2 platinum hits. He has 2 platinum songs, even though he was fucking locked up. Like, Oskino's the main one that's salty to me. That's how I feel. Like, you can't really do that to Beans, to be honest with you. Like, to me, that's unfair. You know what I mean?
Yo, is it really Meek's job to put everybody from Philly on, like, rapper there? No, I mean, I think niggas gotta take their opportunities and shit like that. But you can't claim that you like in the same position as Beans was if you not doing that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think there's a certain level of respect that you get when it's niggas that come after you for whatever reason, right? Like, they can say they're not under Beans and on all that other shit, but most people are thinking of them when they think of state property. They think of Beans and they think of them on some real shit. So you can't disconnect the two. I don't believe that.
Yo, man, yo, man, yo, fuck what you going to fan 007, nigga, man. Shout out to fan movement, nigga. What up, niggas, you good?